My name is James Blackburn. I live and work in the American Southwest. As a result, I have the good fortune to be able to travel to a variety of beautiful locations. As a professional filmmaker, I document my life through video adventures and I share them with the world. Stay tuned as I travel through the world of movies and the beautiful outdoors. Thanks for watching the James Blackburn Experience.
Chapter 2, The Incident.
Alright, 7 a.m. The earth is coming alive again. And I'm up and getting ready to pack up the boat. But it's a beautiful morning to start with. Day 2, here we come. And it's a beautiful view from up here.
After getting to bed early, I slept very well overnight. And then we were back up at dawn so we could get on the river early. The last forecast we saw said there was going to be strong winds in the early afternoon, and we wanted to get some miles in before then.
Alright. Got about an hour to get all this broken down and into the boat so we can get on the river.
Today started as a beautiful morning with cool temps and beautiful skies. The lower temps had me wearing a long-sleeve warm shirt as I prepped my gear for departure. After packing most of my gear, it was now time to break down my tent. This two-person walrus tent has served me well over the last 20 or so years. It's rugged and spacious enough to be comfortable to sleep in, and I can keep my gear in there too. Gear was being packed. There was a stillness in the air. The morning was indeed beautiful and quiet. It's moments like these that I truly appreciate.
Alright, she's coming alive. Sun is just peeking up on top of the rocks there. Everybody's heading toward the boats.
Irish cream and coffee.
We continued to bring our gear down to the canoes. Soon, we would all be ready to paddle down the Green River on this wonderful day.
Alright folks, Roger and I are on the river. We're just kind of sitting in a little eddy at the moment, waiting for the rest of the crew. And we're all going to go down the river together. I think we got about 8 or 9 miles today, so it's not too bad. And it's a beautiful day already, so you can't really go wrong.
Soon the rest of the group would launch, and we would continue our journey together down the Green River on day 2 of 7. It was exciting to be on our way.
All right, good morning, Raj. It has begun.
Beautiful morning on the Green River.
Really is. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Morning.
Good morning. I feel better if they lead the way. They know this river a lot better than me. You know, when between the shade and the sun, the temps change big time in the morning. It's like it feels like air conditioning right now. My long sleeve saving me. It's a wool shirt, so it's pretty warm. Well, thanks, Raj, man. I'm so glad we got to share a boat together. And we're only on day number 2.
A word of warning. I have to say that this self-guided trip may not be for everyone. It is remote. You need to be prepared for the unexpected. Wind, weather, and water levels can all take this float from easy to what the heck in no time. Knowing this and being prepared is key.
Is that what you guys are looking at on the map? That's where we camped. Oh, that's where we camped.
All right, good howdy, folks. Welcome back to another James Blackburn experience. Today is day 2 of our Green River Adventure 2023. So I guess that would make today October 8th, Sunday. We had a great float yesterday, about 12-13 miles. Today we're going to do 8 or 9. And then we're going to have a layover camp tomorrow at the spot we're going to today. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Good dinner last night, fajitas, thanks Terry for doing that. And now we're just casually floating down the Green River. Beautiful.
Right, James.
10-4.
We got debris up here on the left.
Yep, and looks like some shallow stuff there too, huh?
What's not to love about a 52-mile, 7-day flatwater float through ever-deepening canyons painted in shades of gold and red and brown and white? What history buff wouldn't love to follow in the paddle strokes of Major John Wesley Powell's group exploring and mapping the river in the late 1800s? Count me in. The water fills the entire channel, so that nowhere is there room to land. The walls are low but vertical, and as we proceed, they gradually increase in altitude. Running a couple of miles, the river changes its course many degrees toward the east. Just here, a little stream comes in on the right, and the wall is broken down. So we land and go out and take a view of the surrounding country. We are now among the buttes, and in a region the surface of which is naked, solid rock, a beautiful red sandstone. Major John Wesley Powell, July 17, 1869.
Nice. Ooh, it's like my eyes can breathe again. I love the sun, but man, it's bright when it's coming up from above and down from below, you know, with the water shining it back in your face. Yeah, it's like a double shot. right, folks, as you can tell, the water on the Green River on most days is like glass. It's just beautiful and calm and just easy to float down. However, we've come to a part of the river where there's some rapids, and I'm gonna roll through it. They're not major rapids, but any rapids in a canoe are kind of feel major. So we're just gonna follow our buddies and hopefully everybody's fine. All right, so where Matt, you think where Matt and Terry are?
The Green River is fast moving, but it's usually like glass on the surface. It's fairly easy to navigate and be safe most of the time. However, today we would come up to some minor rapids that also had a bend in the river at the same time. Little did we know what was about to happen. We tried our best to move the canoe safely through the river, but had an incident that went bad really quickly. Here is the incident and the follow-up rescue.
The river turns left up there?
You ready to go left because it'll push us into the rock. You
Okay,
ready to go left
I see it, yep.
We don't want to get pushed into the cliff.
Gotcha.
But we don't want to get stuck on this stuff over here.
Okay,
either. So we
I
wanna
see it. Yep, thank you. Oh boy, my heart rate is up.
The original video was 21 minutes long. However, I did edit it down to make it more watchable.
So far, so good.
I have to offer my apologies for contributing to a dangerous situation. To all of my 7 friends, who I consider my family, you all pitched in and helped us without question. Thank you all. To Terry, thank you for jumping in the water and coming to our aid. I will always be thankful to you.
Crap. Shit.
When the canoe finally rolled over and we fell in the river, the first thing I noticed is I go under the water for 18 seconds the first time. The water was moving so fast and it literally pulled me under, and I was struggling to get my head above the surface. For some odd reason, while all this was happening, my right shoulder dislocated partially. This made swimming a lot more difficult, and is one of the reasons I yelled for help. I'll be honest here, folks. I was scared at this point and felt like I was in a bad situation that might not end well.
Okay, my shoulder dislocated.
So let this be a lesson. I should have been wearing my PFD instead of just having it in the canoe with me. It would have helped me get to the surface a lot quicker and helped me stay afloat too. You can see I find my PFD and I put it under my body, and then Terry swims up with another one, and I use that as well.
Help! Help! All right, let's get to the shore.
The dislocated right shoulder made the entire situation an almost deadly moment. Thankfully, Roger was a strong swimmer and was safe. With the aid of Terry and Roger, we all 3 kicked our way to a small rock shelf and was able to get the situation under control.
Okay, my shoulder dislocated.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, guys.
I think we were in the water for about 30 minutes, though, before we were able to find a little patch of just dry rock that we could get up and out of the water.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm freaking out a little bit.
Okay.
I'm trying to calm down.
Just
Because everybody was grabbing gear and helping with the rescue, we actually didn't lose a lot of stuff, thankfully. We lost my hat, my sunglasses, a bathroom tent, and most of a cooler full of drinks. We got the cooler back, but it was empty, unfortunately. But we only lost drinks and not food, and most importantly, no one was seriously injured or worse. Everyone was safe, and I popped my shoulder back in while I was in the water, and it was working almost normally again.
Thank you, Terry, for coming and saving us, man.
got to get over.
I'm trying.
Yep.
I'm trying to. I'm kicking.
I'm on. I'm on land.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody take a moment. Let's catch our breath. Okay. James,
Yes.
your shoulder.
Yeah. It went back in. It didn't come out all the way. It was only a partial dislocation.
Okay, well, thank God.
Sorry, Raj. I tried, man.
It's okay. Happens in the moment. Could have happened to any of us. But we're all going to be alive. And we're not going to starve. Hey, James, get yourself all the way up onto the rock and into the sunshine.
All right, the aftermath. Boat got dumped. Lost all our gear. But I think everybody recovered it for us. And meanwhile, this camera's been rolling for almost 22 minutes. So we got that entire adventure on camera. I'll be honest, folks, that was a little scary. That boat dumped. I went under the water. Couldn't touch bottom. Got a shoulder dislocated a little bit out there, but it's back in now. I'm okay. It was scary. I've never yelled for help before, and I had to yell it out because I was having a hard time getting above the water. My life preserver was not on. It was in the boat, but not on when I went under, and that was intense. Yeah, that was intense. That was very intense. Oh, man.
After the rescue, we shed our wet clothing and attempted to warm up. Then we bailed out the canoe, and it took us about 45 minutes to do that. After that, we loaded the canoe back up with our gear, and we were on our way. I can tell you I was looking forward to getting off the river and to camp after all that. We would canoe a few more miles before getting to our camp. Thankfully, we would have a layover day to recuperate from today's event. A rest day was going to be awesome.
Okay. There's a sandbar right behind them, James.
Oh, I see it. I think we got all the important stuff, thankfully.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, that's the most important, you're right.
Yeah, most definitely.
Dude, let's go over to the sun.
Yeah, that sounds like that shade is not feeling good right now since we're still wet.
I'm cold, man.
Yeah,
Enough shade for now.
Let me get us back out to the sun. We need as much of that as we can get right now. Sorry, gentlemen. Yeah, I was shivering cold there too for a little bit. All right, we're back on the river again, on the calm river here. Those rapids got me. I messed up a little bit back there and we got flipped, so everybody's okay, thankfully. And we recovered most of the gear, we think, at least the most important things. Everybody's in good spirits. We're back on the river, and we're not too far from camp, so that'll be coming up here in just a little bit. Man, when I went in, I went under. I could not touch the bottom, and the current was pulling me, and I was having a hard time getting my head back up. And then that shoulder started to come out, and I knew I was in a troublesome situation there. I was like, for a brief second, I thought this is how it's all going to end. I went under, and then I grabbed the boat, and it pulled me back under. I went under twice, and I was really struggling to get back up. That was a near-death situation there for a second. But this awesome team of folks we have, man, they really saved us. Pulled together. So that helped a little bit, huh?
It was a good thing about it.
I was planning on getting in the water, just not like that. Yeah, that's pretty wicked. Probably cause a little tidal wave, huh? Hey, Michael. Can I pull over near you? Yes. I'm sorry, I just feel a little safer.
Oh,
I'm
absolutely.
closer.
You guys had a moment, you know, it's going to take a little
Yeah,
bit of
it's gonna take
time.
a little bit for me to get my confidence back.
For sure.
Because I'm the one who screwed it up, so. But thank you, man. You were just a floating gear island. I caught a glimpse for like a second, but I was mostly trying to save myself.
I had one piece of finger around a piece of gear.
Looks like a nice spot.
Yeah, great for a layover day for sure. Okay, folks. After that incident of getting dumped in the water, you can see I got a lot of gear here hanging out on bushes because a lot of things got wet. So we got my rug, sleeping pads, tent, rain fly back there for the tent, and then here's my backpack that got soaked as well. So I'm going to take everything out of there and get it in the sun, and looks like a pretty awesome spot. We'll have a layover day here, which will be nice just to recover from today's incident. That was really, really intense. So this will be my camp spot for 2 days. Looks pretty sweet. It's in the full sun right now, but hopefully that'll change in a couple of hours. And down below, everybody else is getting set up. Most likely we will have base camp down there where chairs and campfire go. What else can I say? We survived somehow. All right, folks, I've been at camp for a couple hours. Everything got soaked. So over here in the sun, just have everything laying out that got water soakamified, and we're letting it all dry out, including over here, rug, sleeping pads. Back there by the pads are whole first aid kit that got soaked. So been here a couple hours, still drying things out, but I'm about to put together my sleeping area and get that going. And then I'm going to change these boots. As you can see, they are muddy and wet still, so I need a fresh pair of socks and a fresh pair of shoes, which I'll get here in just a few minutes. All right, lots of stuff laying out and drying. It'll probably be the rest of today before everything else is completely dried out, but at least I got my shelter going and everything in there is dry. That yellow bag inside there did not get wet at all, so yeah. All right, folks, we've been at camp now a few hours. Everybody's down here sitting in the shade doing some board games, some card games, and I'm going back up to my tent because I have to change my boots. The rest of me dried out, but my boots and socks are still wet. I have extra socks, I have extra shoes, and that'll be pretty nice. So yeah, why don't we get going on that? Yeah. things are still drying out. Some of it's dried, and I'll start packing that away here in a little bit, but some of it's still pretty wet. And everything got wet. Even my wallet, cash, credit cards, everything. But we're recovering from it, and we're at this camp for 2 days, today and tomorrow. So tomorrow morning I'm going to be able to sleep in late and really take a day off and not have to paddle. And I am really looking forward to that. Just a nice sleep-in day tomorrow. Alright, so you saw where my tent was. Now I'm heading down to the river. Just want to go down and take in the view before the sun sets, before it starts getting cold out. On the way, we're going to stop and look at a couple things though. First thing is, what is this on the ground? It's got a tube on it and goes up to another bag. This is how Matt and Terry filter the water out here. They get a bucket of water, collapsible bucket. They put this stuff called alum in it and causes all the sediment to sink to the bottom quicker. And then they put that water into the red bag. Red means stop, don't drink it. It's not filtered yet. And they have it going through a filter here and another filter down here. And gravity is feeding it all the way down to this green bag. Green means go, you can drink this, it's safe. So we don't even have to pump water with a filter because these guys have it figured out by doing it with gravity. Much appreciated, guys, really awesome. Okay, down here, canoes are all parked, as you can see. Taking the bigger view. Okay, let's go down to the river. Here's the collapsible bucket of water. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, you can kind of see there's some sediment in the bottom. So all the dirt of the water has sunk down to there. Still not safe to drink, it has to be filtered first, but these guys have it down. They've been doing this for over 20, maybe 30 years now. And they have the filtering, the traveling, everything just perfect. Today was the only thing that wasn't perfect, and that was my fault. I have never been in any serious rapids before in a canoe, and it got me a little bit, I'll be honest with you. It was a tough thing that happened today, and everybody's okay. We didn't lose anything major. I lost my sunglasses and lost my hat, and we lost some of our drinks, but we didn't lose food. We didn't lose people. That's the most important thing. Everybody's okay. Here you go. And there's a little bit of rapids here, but it's not as bad as the rapids that we hit earlier that got us into trouble. And we're going to be going to the right not tomorrow morning, I'm sorry. We have a layover day tomorrow, so we're going to be at this camp for 2 days. But then the following day after that, we will be canoeing down this another 10 or 12 miles to our next camp. So there you go. Awesome. Beautiful. Righteous. Yeah, this place is incredible. Really beautiful. I truly appreciate the beauty here, as well as the danger, because we are in the wilderness, really far from civilization. We have to be careful every day so we can have a fun, safe trip. Today was my second near-death experience. It's easy to say that out loud a few hours later, but when it was happening, it was intense. I looked back at the video tonight, and the boat tips over, I go in, and I'm underwater for 18 seconds before I came back up. Now, I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're under the water and you're trying to get to the surface and you're under for 18 seconds struggling to get back to the top, it felt like an eternity. I mean, I was struggling. My life preserver was in the boat. I didn't have it on, and the current was strong and it was pulling me under. The video I watched clearly shows me going under the water, 18 seconds, coming back up in a just all the gear from the canoe floating. I come up right in the middle of it, and you can tell I am struggling, and I go back under again and then come back up a few seconds later. I mean, I don't think it would be a lie to say that I almost drowned today. The closest I've ever come. It was really a struggle, and what made it harder is my right shoulder dislocated a little bit. It didn't come out all the way, thankfully, but in the water while I'm struggling to get to the top, this thing came out a little bit, and all of a sudden I couldn't use my right arm hardly. I had to push through the pain and somehow swim with one hand and my feet and get out of the water and grab something that could help me float, because the current was strong. It was pulling me under. It was close. I mean, in the video, you've already seen it. I mean, this video's been edited and put together, and you're watching it in chronological order, so you saw what happened earlier today already. And you know it was intense. And I'm a little embarrassed in some ways because I got us into a troublesome situation and I couldn't get us out of it. I tried really hard and it just didn't go well. Once the boat tipped to the left and took on water, that was it. It was over. There was no more steering that boat at that point. It was just heavy piece of metal. I had to yell for help. I think it's the first time in my life I ever yelled out help, because I knew I was going under the water. I was having a hard time getting to the surface. My shoulder was a little bit dislocated. I knew I was in a troublesome situation. And the water was going so fast and pushing us downriver that it was just really hard to feel any control. And it was way over my head. It's really deep. And that made it scarier, because at least if the water were shallow, I could have stood up and I would have felt like I had some control over the situation, but I didn't. The water was deep and it was moving fast, and it was in control of the situation. I was just a bystander who happened to go into the water. I got us in a troublesome situation and I feel really bad about it. But the team came together. Instantly they were over by us, people coming in and grabbing gear and trying to help us. I mean, that was the positive, uplifting part, is we all got to practice a little bit of water rescue, and everybody did really well. I think I'm the only one who panicked. You know, in the heat of that situation, though, you know, I'm going under the water. I mean, I'm struggling to get up to the surface. Yeah, it was scary. All right, one last look at what's left of the sunset on the rocks over there. It's a cool spot here. Let me back out. You can see we're on a big sandbar up here. You could technically camp right here if you wanted to, but the better spots are back here. Oh, first of all, here, check this out. It's an inlet off the main river, and it comes back here. There's a little pond at the end. And that's where we were able to park the boats. They're all tied off and looking safe. And then back there in the middle, under those trees in the center there, that's where base camp is at. And most of our tents are down there too. It's a nice shady spot. Sun's down, so it's going to be shady the rest of the day now, which is nice. It's going to get dark here in a little while. And there's our camp spot. At least that's base camp. That's where food, campfire, drinks, all that kind of stuff's going to happen. and the tents are kind of dispersed around there. All right, so let's walk in to camp. All right. I'm glad I got a couple days here to bounce back from the incident today, because I really need it. Getting on the river after that incident and floating down it again every time the boat rocked, it was like my heart skipped a beat. It just scared the heck out of me. Of course, I'm going to have elevated levels of different things going on only because the incident only happened a few hours ago. Maybe in a couple days when we get on the river again, I'll feel a little bit more relaxed about it. All right, there's the camp walkthrough. Matt's up there doing tamales tonight for dinner. That's gonna be pretty cool. It's a big wash here, but none of us are sleeping down here in case any rain happens or a little flash flood. All our tents are up here in the trees. Nice safe spot. Matter of fact, you can kind of see mine in center frame there between those weird bent trees right back there. All right, Matt's got the tamales going. These are always yummy. Gonna have some apples with them too, huh?
Yeah, some apples with them too.
Nice. Well, thank you, man. Thanks for making dinner tonight. I appreciate it.
No, you're right. A little different. We don't have the corn husk on them. I'm hoping this will work out okay.
Pictures that I've already taken.
But we'll make do. I think this will work.
All right, folks. It says it right there. It's the party stack. Bum 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 ba dum bum 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 ba dum. Party stack. And this is technically a party stack too.
Tonight for dinner was tamales and black beans. Thanks to Matt for an excellent dinner. Time for another excellent campfire experience. This is always one of my favorite parts of camping. The smell of the campfire is nice. That I truly enjoy. Yes, yes. But even more so, I love the conversations we have around the campfire. It's a great way to get to know folks better, and it's also very relaxing. Family, friends, and a campfire under the night skies? Yes, please. This is good medicine. Tomorrow is a layover day, so that means I can sleep late. Yay! The stars were bright, and the camp was peaceful. What a great second night. Today we canoed about 12 or 13 miles down the Green River. Day 2 was now complete, and it was time to retire our tents for some much-needed shut-eye. It's going to feel great to crash out and sleep for the next 8 to 10 hours.
All right, folks. Day 2 is behind us. I'm in the tent, as you can see. About ready to go to sleep here in just a little bit. Gotta get into my night clothes and get my sleeping bag ready to go. It's back here behind me. I just gotta roll it out. And I'm gonna get some sleep. Today was intense, I won't lie. So we're gonna call it a night, and I'm gonna crash out. Love, love, hate, hate. Take care of each other. No, no, no. I love the sun, but man, I love the sun, but that must have been like a Sasquatch sneezing, man. That was some power.
Camera's still rolling. Holy crap. I finally caught one of the moments.
I don't know how it rolled 21 minutes without stopping from the time right before we went in till we got out of the water. So finally I was rolling at the right time when something good happened. Well, something bad happened. It's good for camera, but bad in real life. Just throw it at my face, dude. Okay, thanks.
We get to camp, I'm gonna have to lay out in the sun. Let my fur dry out a little bit.
All right, sounds good. And cut. Cutty cut. Here we go.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Remember, folks, life is beautiful if you know where to look. Keep your eyes, your heart, and your mind open. It just might lead you somewhere special. Thank you for watching the James Blackburn Experience. Please check out my channel for over 1,000 additional video adventures.